we go. Here we go now. Here we go.
Oh, we're going.
Damn, yeah, we're going. That's the sound of another Ultra Crude podcast, which means it's Monday here in Nashville. We're doing this one on time, even though it is on into the evening, but that's all right.
That's kind of my fault, though.
It's no.
I just got home.
It's fine. It's fine. We're living a life. We're doing things. It is a brand new year.
Brand fucking new, baby.
New year, same nonsense.
No, I want to be on some new nonsense.
New year, same pants. I'm starting this year off with the same pants I ended last year with. Now I'm down to like one pair of pants. I used to have like 1 3/4 pairs of pants. And now I did some vehicle maintenance in my other pair of pants, and they're covered in oil stains. So now I got about 1 pair of pants.
Well, whose fault's that?
It's entirely my fault, and I take full responsibility for it. But I think I'm going to need to get at least 1 more pair of pants here soon.
Yeah.
The good news is that I've decided which pair of pants I'm going to get.
What you going to get?
I'm going to give me some cool pants.
Ooh, are you cool? Too cool for school?
Why are you leaning back like that's a weird thing you're doing?
Nothing.
Just behind the scenes in the studio doing stuff. Here's the thing. I've been in a good mood this year.
Yep.
Sure. I don't really know why. What do you mean, sure?
Yeah, no, I don't mean like.
That sounds disagreeable. Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
You sure have been, babe.
Oh, that's gone now.
Don't blame me for your bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. I had a terrible sickness last week. I've started this new thing where I just eat marshmallows every morning. And I think that's helping. It's a new diet. I only eat marshmallows till noon. And I just get jacked up on sugar. And I don't know when, because you got marshmallows for s'mores at
no, just a roast marshmallows.
the Tennessee Mile or something. Yeah, I hate s'mores. S'mores are the worst.
Okay, I like s'mores, so fuck you.
That seems aggressive. I mean, it's not we can disagree ideologically on s'mores and we don't have to swear or curse one another.
It's more fun if we do.
I don't know that it is for me.
Well, listen, sometimes things aren't always about you, Cox.
I don't know that you should derive your joy from cursing me either.
Who doesn't like s'mores? Communists. Are you a communist?
I might be.
Are you a socialist?
You know me. You know me and my socialism. I'm very socialist.
Yeah.
So at one point, I think during the sickness, I tore into that bag of marshmallows. That's it. It's been a diet. I'm eating marshmallows till noon. And what it does is it gets me all jacked up on sugar and puts me in a good mood. And then that just carries the rest of the day.
You've been animated, that's for sure.
It's the marshmallows. It's the pure sugar. That's what it is.
Animated, no doubt.
Animated is very nice. It could be one of the nicest things you've ever said to me.
I'm a very nice person. I say nothing but sweet and kind things all the time. All the time.
Our neighbor got a new stupid car.
Oh, yeah.
So if you hear the brr, brr, brr in the background, it's our neighbor. He likes to.
The small dick scrotum liquor that was doing that had the Corvette there for a while.
At least that was an American V8. This is some sort of rice rocket with tiny tires on it.
God, he's jerking off to fucking Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, ain't no doubt.
He likes anime. And I'm not saying anything about people that like anime. But I'm saying he likes anime.
When you're jerking off to it,
that's weird. This is the Ultra Crude podcast, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm John. With me, as always, is fabulous Becca Jones, also known as BFJ.
Yeah.
And we talk about ultra running and life. We are ultra runners, ultra running coaches, endurance, growth people, that kind of thing. And we host a little race called the Mid-State Mile, which registration went live on New Year's Day.
It did.
And we have since then invited people to run the Mid-State Mile on Father's Day weekend this year. And we're going to talk about that a little later. I am in a bit of a transition. The new year is a time, I think, to set
You're
forth.
Transitioning? I was not aware.
Stop it, Jones. Can you hold your nonsense for 5 minutes? Can we have a conversation? She's all jacked up because she found a new cave. And she did some scrambling, and there's cliffs, and it's right by her parents' house. You can look over the whole valley, and it's so pretty, and I want to see it at sunrise. I almost died on a scramble, and I didn't really, it's a whole thing. It's the Wild Goat Cave. Daddy and them used to call it.
It's actually Torture Cave is the name of it.
I thought it was the Wild Goat Cave.
No, because the rock outcropping that they called Goat Cave where the wild goats lived is actually not a cave. It's just a rock overhang. The cave is down below, and I couldn't find my way to it.
So there's a lot of mixed energies going on in her right now. A lot of mixed emotions. There's the excitement of being at the rock outcropping where the wild goats used to live. There's the danger climbing wall she was on. There's the disappointment of not actually getting into the new torture cave.
I am actually very disappointed.
That isn't new at all, by the way. It's not a new cave. It's been there for about 2,000 years, probably. But she didn't get to go in it this afternoon, and now she's disappointed. But she's also really excited about the things that she did get to do. But she's also scared of the things that she did get to do, but also really happy about the scenic vistas that she saw, but also disappointed about not seeing a sunrise there yet. So it's a mixed bag I'm dealing with. And you, as we sit down and record this podcast, are along the ride I'm on.
For sure, I do want to see a sunrise on it. It's going to be beautiful. I will probably sleep in that little rock outcropping. It is adorable.
Have at it. You can pack your bag, go out there and sleep. That's fine.
But I will say, the side of that hillside, I'm a little bit of a mountain goat myself, and I'm not scared of a lot of things, but there were multiple times where I went, oh, I shouldn't be out here by myself. Oh, this is poor decision making. Oh, you have fucked up. And I realized from where I was, in order to go back down the hill to get to the cave, there was no real safe way that I felt like I could go. Again, maybe if someone else were there, but no one really knew where I was. Did not tell
No, you? I didn't know. I just kind of expected to come home at some point.
Yeah, I should back up. And I didn't have anyone with me, so I was like, oh man, that's risky. And then I was already kind of back at the top, but to be from the top and go all the way back down to the bottom, halfway back up for a second time, not that I'm a bitch, but I was like, man, that's a giant pain in the dick. The hillside is its own thing, but it was warm enough today that snakes would be out and moving, and there were a lot of leaves and shit that I couldn't see, and I went, I'm just not in any mood for that.
So there has to be a great equivalent to snakedom. Like, you're saying this was a steep hillside, and I think snakes
which is one thing.
Can traverse some steep terrain, but they've got a little bit more flatness. I would think. So they just roll down, you know what I mean?
Well, there's a lot of rock.
It's got to be harder to slither up a slope
Not
of a certain
snake.
grade as a snake.
When
It's
your
got to
entire
be a little
body's
bit.
muscle,
No. Even a
There's
snake is going to move better on flat ground than up a hill.
Well, for sure, but there's lots of rocks, and the rocks stay warm in the sun. It is a slope that faces in a direction that gets a decent amount of sunlight, so it's a great place to warm if you are a snake. And I just didn't want to set my hand on a big old copperhead rattlesnake or cottonmouth because I was right above the river. Again, it was steep enough. That's one thing. Not being able to see, covered in leaves, that's not fine. Hey, those are within my wheelhouse. I'm not great about it. It's fine. But falling down a hill or having to put my hands on the ground a lot and then risking grabbing a snake, I'm fucking good. Like, I'm good.
And that will conclude the caving section of our podcast that's about ultra running.
Don't worry, there'll be more next week because I plan on getting over there and actually finding where it is. The entrance is supposed to only be 9 inches, and I wanted to go find the entrance to see if it needed to be dug out or whatever, and I could finally get there and actually find like the best route to get there. And today I ended up below the cave and then was online with the cave and then went above the cave. Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, New Year. New Year, new you, Jones?
No, same old me.
Resolutions?
No.
Do you believe in a New Year's resolution?
No, don't.
I don't believe in a New Year's resolution either so much. And I don't know that I've ever staunchly set one. But I do kind of like to, a lot of people have a word. I don't do a word either. I don't do like intentions. And not for nothing. If y'all are out there and you're setting New Year's resolutions
or intentions
or whatever you're doing, just so you know, there's people out there that are setting a New Year's resolution to like brush their teeth and wear deodorant. So whatever it is you're doing, like, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Like, it is going to be all right. Like, go ahead and set your resolutions. You don't have to climb mountains and like scuba dive or whatever. Like, people are setting basic stuff. But I do like to kind of like take the time to to see if there's necessary shifts that I need to make ideologically or like how I want to intentionally go into the world and be a part of it. And I'm really caught because I have this tendency to want to help and help and help and talk to people and provide the advice and feedback and maybe help them from making mistakes or correct, things I see. And that's something I used to do, unsolicited advice is all it is. It's just John's unsolicited advice. And some of it has merit and some of it doesn't, so I'm sure I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I did that a lot and then I pulled back from it. And I've tried to do that much less. And I don't, because there's still that part of me that wants to help people. When I see people making mistakes that are preventable, that are just a simple change in ideology or just new information, then I want to go, hey, what you're doing isn't working. And maybe you should think about this. And, a lot of it, you're just inundated with people's social medias and Instagrams and, Stravas and all that stuff, right?
There's a lot of things out in the world that can, spark that comparison. I need to be doing this. And some people, I think, misinterpret that as motivation.
Yeah.
I think it is very much misinterpreted because it is.
Like you're saying, like they're seeing somebody else doing something or how they're operating or training or goals they're setting. And it's motivation for them to go do the same thing or do it the same way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But a lot of it's misguided and it's not with any real intention and it's not with any thought or productivity. I think when you see people get really fired up about this, how I'm going to do this year, it's because they haven't had success in mastering the mundane things and the small things and building a solid foundation. And a lot of people want a hack, want a shortcut, want a way to get there. Well, if I start doing this, or I set this goal to this, or I do that, then it's just going to unlock this fucking chamber that I've not been in. And that's just not true.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot people hide from social media. Yeah.
Most things.
And that's include whatever. I feel like this year I do want to talk more about what's gone on this past year and things
I think just, we've sat down and talked about, life and chopped it up. And obviously
I don't think we shy away
we're giving
from
you
anything.
the funny moments. And we've talked about some hard stuff going on. I don't think we're going to shy away from that at all.
But, the people that are motivating you are not showing you the cracks and they're not showing you where things are falling apart.
I'll tell you, I have noticed, and it's just weird. I don't know if it's deliverance or prayer or whatever, or maybe it is the marshmallows. Let's not rule them out.
It's probably the marshmallows. We're going to go with marshmallows.
Yeah, it's day 6 of the new year or day 5. And the days have been better and the mornings have been good. And I know that because I've been angry every morning for a lot of the day for so much this past year. Yeah. Like, and I don't know why. And sometimes I can pinpoint it like, okay, this chain of events of this is making me angry. And I can dwindle it down. It doesn't. And then I know like, well, you probably shouldn't be angry about this or it's okay to be angry about it. One of those two, but the emotion's still there. And now like that emotion is just gone.
As it should be.
As it should. Yeah. I mean, shoot, I don't want to be angry. There's a lot of people that thrive off anger and they need all that nonsense. And I think that delivers unsustainable results. I'm not one of those people that's going to operate from a good place of anger, whatever it is. And some people channel it and they run a long way because they're angry about themselves or their lives or their past or their future or whatever it is. That ain't me. I want to be happy and joyful and operate from that place of joy.
But in reference to the new year, for me, the new year is a good way to reorient. It's an opportunity to say, okay, this is a checkpoint, a starting point. We have reached a spot where let's fuck that old shit. And you know what? I think it is very easy to say, tomorrow's a new day. You never know what tomorrow could bring. Tomorrow's a good day to start. And don't get me wrong, on some level, I get all that. Like, I'm not knocking that. But I do think that there is something to be said about, like, after this holiday or on this, like, really having a hard point that, mentally, and I think if you want real change or to reorient and be able to move forward, you need hard dates. You need to really prepare mentally, emotionally, whatever that looks like. You need to build a plan and just say, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and do this.
And some people can do that, and that's good.
But they are not the majority.
Some people need to be backed into a corner.
Yeah.
And say, do you want to live one more year like this, or one more month, or whatever it is, or they need a big date out in the future. Some people aren't gonna put in work unless they got a date on the calendar.
Yep.
Some people aren't going to keep moving until they have a cutoff.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that operate under that umbrella and ideology, and I don't know if that's healthy. That's certainly not a better way to, you know, the only thing that gets you motivated is a ticking clock. Yeah. That ain't great. But to say all that, I'm at this point where I genuinely, this is one of those things I'm looking at of how I want to go forward. Do I want to step into helping people and like, hey, they might not want this piece of information, but I'm going to give it to them and let them deal with it, or pull back and just let people go. And it's none of my business. And it's not my world. And we had this conversation the other day. Solving people's problems isn't my job unless it's my job. And I need to stay more in that arena, I think, for my own peace. And it really hit me. We were having a conversation. You were adjacent to the conversation. I was having a conversation this weekend about comfort and growth and being uncomfortable and being not sure, and how those are all really important emotions to feel, and what it means to be uncomfortable in a situation. But sometimes we have to set our uncomfortability aside. And what they were saying is, I'm just not comfortable doing that. I'm not comfortable doing that. And I said, I get it. Like, yeah, you shouldn't super be comfortable doing that. But let's look at the parameters around what you're uncomfortable doing. We know that the situation is safe. We know it's safe because of these 4 or 5 factors. And we know that you want to grow in this area. And the only way for you to grow in this area is to face your discomfort and see if it becomes more comfortable. You have to give yourself that opportunity. You have to meet your uncomfort head on in an effort to grow. And you know, between you and me and everybody, that's the only way you grow and get better.
Oh yeah.
Is you have to meet whatever it is that's uncomfortable and step onto the other side of that. And I work with teenagers. I've worked with teenagers a lot. I've met them in these moments. I've ushered them physically and mentally through this process of this is uncomfortable and I'm going to grow. And honestly, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And not to hype myself up, but this person was getting my best stuff.
Yeah, you're allowed to pay yourself a compliment.
I was giving it all out. And in the moment, it's like, man, you're doing a really good job at this. You're doing it. This is all really, you're breaking this down. It's really easy to adjust, and like, this is relatable, and just all these things as I'm going through the process, not for my own benefit, but to help explain it to them through it in ways that they can understand and then accept and adopt. And I was a little over halfway through. We were having the conversation for a while, and I just went, none of this is landing, is it?
They went,
nope. I said, I'm not moving the needle for you at all, am I?
Nope.
And it was an emphatic no. But that's just it. And it made me really realize that, listen, I've got valuable things to say. I have truth that matters. I can speak truth into your life. I can help you unpack the nonsense and the noise and shift things and get them moving in the right direction. But that's not for everybody. And by and large, what you have isn't for everybody. Whatever that thing isn't going to be for everybody. And you know what? I'm all right with that. I think what I have is valuable enough to hold on to it a little bit for the people that actually want it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with any of that. I think it's really good. And, you know, I have often felt that you waste a lot of energy trying to solve problems and think about how people could be,
thinker.
Guided or change their trajectory if they would just do X, Y, Z. And it's like, well, no one fucking asked you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to sound like
no, a bitch, but that's just part of it. I mean, I genuinely care.
Yes.
I care about, the people I know and the people I follow, and I want success for people, and it's just a genuine caring about what's going on.
No, 100%, and that is one of your very admirable qualities. And I think this is one of the areas we're different. I feel the same, but I'm also like, bitch, that's your life. If you want to fuck it up, fuck it up. Like, if you want my opinion, you can ask me. But I do, and I want to say it's not because I don't care. I think I accepted a long time ago that I am very opinionated and direct, and you will open a window if you want to hear what I have to say. Otherwise, Keep it trucking, pal. And you do you, and it's not going to impact my day to day.
Yeah.
Which I get mixed feelings about that too.
Well, it's, similar. Like you want results and happiness and success for people too. But it's just that,
I want people to not suck, especially if they are people that we care about or in our atmosphere, the people that we talk to. You want them to not suck. You want them to not have disappointment. You want them to have success. And when you see where they are failing or coming up short or could do better or a blind spot for them, like you want to say something, but there's, depending on who it is, like, they're just not ready for it. We have a couple good friends, and shout out to like Tracy. Like Tracy's really good. Like, can I say something to you? And like legit, like we'll see something and is open to you being like, no, I don't really want to hear anything else, or yeah, please. And I think that that's a very admirable quality, and I love that so much about her, because she can respectfully, politely, and delightfully agree or disagree with you and share a perspective. And a lot of people, when it would be uncomfortable to say, well, can I say something on that? Like, she like leans into it.
She does. And this is the other thing I've learned is that, I don't know, like some people just don't want whatever truth you have, they won't listen to you because they're older or think they have more experience.
Yeah.
Or no. And that's so backwards to me. Like, I think you need older mentors in your life, and you need people that can guide you in that way. But more importantly, you need people that just know the truth and know truth. And I continue to look up to people that are younger than me, people that are the same age. It means so much to me to see somebody my age or somebody younger than me that I look at, man, this guy's doing it right.
Yeah.
And I look up to that. And I will not hesitate to reach out and ask them a question. It surprised you the other day. Yeah. I reached out to somebody because I value their opinion so much, because I know they're doing things the right way, because I know whatever answer they give me is going to be like truthful and important.
Well, they're one of the people that seek growth and lean into uncomfortable and are willing to be honest, whether it is comfortable or uncomfortable. And that is something to be admired. And, I don't care if that's in a 23-year-old, and there's times you go like, what kind of life experience do you have? Oh, I'm sorry that you didn't fuck up 10,000 things in your life and whatever. Like, I'm sorry that they didn't do that. They might have actually seen other people. You don't know how they learned and got there. Regardless, if it's good, it's good.
If it's good, it's good. And if it's working, it's working. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You know what I mean? But some people just can't get around that. But look at Nicholas Leo and how many people looked up to him this summer. 17 years old. He had a whole mess of folks looking up to him. A lot of grown men looking up to that kid.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get into mid-state. Let's do it. Listen, there's a reason we put this race on. And it is for this very thing, to facilitate growth and to allow people the opportunity to look into themselves and see what they have, and come away with answers that, if they are willing to accept, will move them forward.
Yeah, no,
it is a relentless test. And it doesn't matter how long you're in it. It's relentless from the first lap to the last lap. It just doesn't ever stop. It's tough. It's the hardest. It's the most relentless ultra there is.
Yeah.
By far. I'm not going to say it's the toughest.
I'm going to say it's the hardest.
Not going to say it's the hardest.
Brutal.
I am going to say that this format and this course is the most relentless. There is no time. There are no opportunities. You have to bring it, and you have to stay committed all the way through. So we're going to look at, because I'm excited. I was excited when registrations rolled through, and I was watching and I was looking, and we plumb sold out.
Oh, we did for sure.
So the race is sold out, which is not to say don't sign up for the race if you want to run it, but just know we had a lot of hardy folks click on the button that wanted to come out and run mid-state. And I am excited because we've got new people. How many new people made the cut this year, Miss Jones? She's dumbfounded.
Not a whole lot.
Look at your. I prompted her before we sat down. I said, pull up the mid-state mile entrance list.
Yeah, but I don't have like in front of me first timers.
Yeah, you do.
That's
because all these people at the bottom that have zeros
Well, Tina's run before.
haven't ran mid-state before.
Tina has.
Well, except for the one. So how many we got? 5, 6, 7?
Yeah.
We got 7 people?
And there'll probably be a couple more.
And there'll probably be a couple more. And these listen, and then when you get up from there, you see a whole mess of people where it's the only ultra sign up result they have.
Yeah, we have more people that haven't ran before. They're just.
I'm talking about the people that haven't ran an ultra before.
Oh yeah,
this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking at the bottom. Listen, when you look at the entrance list and you scroll all the way down, you see people with 0 results. That means they haven't ran an ultra before. That means they don't have results on ultra sign up.
There's several other people who have not ran an ultra before. Yeah.
And then you go up a little bit of that, and you see people that have only ran mid-state.
Yep. Or only mid-state and Tennessee Mile.
And this tells me that it's more than a race. It's more than an ultra marathon.
Yeah. And to be clear, we know this and we say it. It's not us. It's you guys.
No, it's not. It's the
up.
community. But the most encouraging thing to me is you look at these people that have few results, and those results are mid-state, and you look at their progression. Like, these people are coming back. They want to run mid-state. They're not out there running 50Ks and 50 milers and doing that whole ultra running thing. They're like, this is an arena. This is a place. This is a community where I can come and show up and push myself. And they come and they do, a handful of laps, and they come back the year after, and they do a couple more, and they do a couple more. It's that sort of thing, that sort of progression, that sort of commitment to the process that I think is fantastic. And we all love the winner.
Yes.
We love the winners. But the people in the middle and the people in the beginning,
it's everyone. Everyone matters.
Are just so compelling. And we said this from the beginning. We want mid-state to be a place where you can come and you can only do 3 laps, and then you can come back next year and you can only do 5, and then you can come back and you can do 10 or whatever that is. We want a place for those people. Since the very beginning, we will always have a place for those people.
That's part of why we have the selection process that we have, and that's why we don't go to a lottery. We sell out day one. We sell out within 24 hours. I think we had 40, 50 people within 3 to 4 minutes. And we only allow 100. The max we will have is 110, and that's kind of people keeping streaks alive or people who are going to volunteer afterwards. But the course really can't handle.
We don't have room for 200 people.
No. And I mean, if we did, it probably wouldn't be what it is. Mm-hmm. And people wouldn't bond like they do. And it is so cool to see everyone come from mid-state to make friends at Tennessee Mile and link up together and then come back to mid-state. It's a really, really special thing.
And I think I clocked 17 states.
That's awesome. I think by the time it's all said and done, we usually end up with about 20-something. Which is early. I mean, we're still 6 months.
Early. We're super early. But we're just excited about it happening. And, obviously it's not the finish list. We'll have, I'm sure, more people sign up and more people get entered into mid-state.
Yeah. And I feel bad because we have a lot of people that reach out and are like, oh, well, how many people do you allow? And I'm just wondering about my chances. And we say this to everyone. If you want to run mid-state and you want to be there, there are plenty of opportunities.
You'll figure out how to do it.
We host multiple events. We do stuff. And if you are on the other side of the country, there are ways.
Yeah.
So.
That was is that a short mid-state talk?
No, we can keep going. I think, I kind of did a piss poor job on promoting. I think we kind of took that, like, if you know, you know.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Seemed to work.
It doesn't suck.
Not for nothing. It seemed to work.
And I think we touched on this before, but, I don't want to have a race just for the sake of having a race and having a bunch of people sign up and say, oh, we have this many people in this.
I'm not interested in that.
We want the people who want to be here, and we want the people that are focused on what we believe in and leaning to the other people around them. And also, like, I want you to fucking win. I want you to be hungry. I want you to
put in the work, but we don't want to be your training run.
No.
Not for nothing. Like, I don't mean that to sound harsh, but I don't want to be your training run. I don't want to be
your, I just need to get a 50K.
Yeah, what are you? Well, you're coming to miss training for what?
Yeah.
What are you training for if you're at mid-stage of training run?
I'm also really excited about some of the women that are signed up this year.
You just let all the women in. Complete gender bias.
Yeah.
On behalf of Miss Jones.
Yeah. We have race director discretion spots, and you know, I do want to see more than 10 females for sure. But I feel like a lot of the females that show up, like, they come ready to fucking work. Now, when there's 80 compared to 20, obviously those numbers are going to be skewed, but
I would say that the percentage of women getting to their limit out there
it's
are
much
probably
higher.
a little greater
It's
than
much
the men
higher.
getting to their limit.
Yeah, the women
And
definitely.
it looks more in control, by the way. There's not a lot of dramatic women finishes.
No, there's not. It's it's different, and I I really want to see some push it. I hope they do. I hope they push beyond their perceived limits and really go beyond that. So yeah, maybe a little biased in that, but fuck it. It's my backyard. Like I want to see the women show up, but you have got to be one of those women that puts in that first day, because if you put in 4 months later,
I'm not going to let you in
I'm
the
not.
1st of June just because you're a lady.
Nope.
Not how that's going to work.
No. So to be shitty,
unless
like
you're
that.
like Courtney DeWalter or like Megatron, probably that'll probably work.
Yeah.
Spoiler alerts: Chad Wright and Nora Harvey Lewis signed up for Midstate.
Well, Chad never got back to Harvey.
So there's that. Not saying that they're not going to run. Neither of them have communicated with us their intention to sign up.
Yeah. So.
Which is okay. We're gonna have a great race. Listen, I wouldn't,
We have a lot. Here's the thing.
With this stable of people coming out to run Midstate, like, it ain't a cakewalk.
I can tell you, neither of those names
for whoever you are.
Neither of those names are course record holders. Harvey might still be in the 12.
No, you have to look at that.
Well, the guy that ran the 24 hours this past year, I think he would have broken it, but he was running 24, not 12, because he's like, I'm a Tex Hart, because he was asking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, love Chad. He's a winner, but he's not a course record holder. So, and again, it comes down to who can push you. I think Nicholas Leo could have gone further. Now, was he hurting? Yeah, but when it gets down to two of you, and
Listen.
Yeah, but when it gets down to two of you, it gets much harder. And I think if we had a field that was like multiple longer, and we know that.
Because I think there's this, when there's 3 or 4, it's going to be a while.
Yes.
And you don't allow yourself the space to realize that it's coming to an end.
Yes.
Because there's 3 or 4. When it gets down to 1 or 2, it can be over. And mentally, it's easier to make that shift into, when is this going to be over? Like, there's just 2 of us.
Especially when you see your opponent struggling. When you know that you can, and you're just ready for it to be done, it puts you in a different space.
Yeah, then it begins, like, you begin to struggle in that too.
We've seen it almost every year.
Like, you see your there's 2 people left. You see your opponent, like, you think you're stronger, like, you see them stumble a little bit, and then you get ahead of yourself. You get a little out over your skis, and then you're no longer just doing the thing that you kept doing.
That you've been doing for 30 hours?
Been giving you success, and now you're hurting because you've allowed yourself to slip. And then all of a sudden, like, oh man, he looks stronger on that one. And then it's this game.
Oh, we're gonna have to keep doing this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't want to keep doing this.
You see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it just shifts everything.
Listen, I can do this all day. I got nothing but time.
No, I'm just because they're not in it doesn't mean we can't see big numbers put up.
Again, doesn't mean they're not. There's people that are going to be in the race that aren't on the list right now.
Yes. And you may not know it till week of, day of, or whatever.
And Greg Armstrong showed up morning of.
Twice.
So calm down. If you think at any point you think the list, the entrance is capped, it's not official until that first whistle blows. Like, that's the game. Like, you know what I mean? Not that I super advocate people out there in the shadows and doing this surprise, like, ha, I'm here, jokers.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you now. That sort of thing. Like, if you're going to run. Like, come on.
Lay your dick on the table.
Hey-o.
Show everybody.
That's the All Screwed Podcast. But there are people that in the past, and I'm sure in the present and future, will not know of their availability to run until the last minute. Calm down. It'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm excited. I really do hope this year is our best year yet. Do
we see a second sunrise this year?
I hope we do. I want to see a second sunrise. And
It
again,
feels like it already, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel a little 46-hour-ish?
it does. And especially looking at some of the names and seeing some of the potential. And here's the thing.
There's some Neanderthals on the list already.
I am going to say, if you looked at what Nicholas did, that first year he did a 50K. Second year he did 100K. And people were like looking around. Now we had a lot more people at that space, which I think, or at that point in time, we had a lot that made it to sundown. And I think a lot of people judge the race where it's at with how many people make it to whatever. But every year that has changed. And that year that Nicholas made it to the 100K and sundown, we had pretty much someone drop every lap after that. Like they really only had it making that 12-hour. And then after that, it was like.
Yeah, I think 24 hours are probably a better indicator.
Yes.
And I think just numbers wise, if you looked at the data and a dozen people or so at that 24-hour mark.
But we have seen people have a year or two and then take what they learn and come back and put up a ton more miles.
We have.
So just because you look at someone's past results and go, I mean, like they'll probably be good for this, but you don't know.
It takes a while to figure it out. It's
our format, like you said, is relentless, and there is not a lot of room for error. Yes,
you gotta want it, and I think there's some people that keep coming that haven't figured that out quite yet. That haven't figured out just how much you really have to want it and put everything else in a box or shift the perspective to that area that they're going to need to go to get their maximum potential out of the race and out of the format.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that is winning the race or making it 24 hours or making it 18 hours or 18 loops. There's this event, you really have to want it to get everything you can. If we talk about in ultra running all the time, we want our minds to be stronger than our bodies. When our bodies want to quit, we want our minds to keep going. We want our minds to persevere. Or when our mind slips, we want our body to be going. We want to be strong. Those things, we flip flop and snickerdoodle and crisscross applesauce those two things to whichever narrative it is we're trying to push. Just kind of universally as ultra runners, but we are missing the component of in the mix of that. And mid-state is an event and a race where your heart needs to be the biggest. And that's who you see most often times, not essentially win, but get to their absolute potential. You look at Luke Bolschweiler's run. He gave everything his heart had to give. That's what success looks like. That's what's getting everything you can out of it. The running beyond your mind and beyond your body. You've got to run with your heart for a long time out there.
You do.
And that heart's got to be locked in from the first whistle.
What's crazy is, we see a lot of that when we watch movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what moves people. That's what
moves me is
people forget that out there.
Go ahead.
No, it's not just that physical. It's not just that emotional. It's not that killer mentality. It's not that keep digging and grinding. It is your heart. Are you running with heart? And that's what's going to move everyone. That's what's going to move you. That's what's going to move those mountains.
That's what moves everybody at the finish. Like it's heart. Greg Armstrong heart ran with heart. Ran beyond his body. That wasn't his mind. That was his heart running. And Danny Novotny, the hot dog killer, the hot dog king. That's heart. The race is about heart. And is your heart strong enough? Is your heart going to be in it?
Because all the other stuff's going to give out.
Yeah, your mind's not going to... Listen, your mind is right, by the way. Like this whole, I want my mind to be stronger than my body. Your mind is right. You are tired. You are dehydrated. You are hot. You are in pain. Your mind is right. It is correct.
Yeah. You can't tell if it's wrong.
Like you can ignore it for a time, but your mind isn't wrong. This is dumb. Quit doing it.
And I often see in race reports and when people talk about it in their posts, you see through social media, my mind failed me. No, you just... Your
mind is probably saying all the right things. You just listen to it and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. Like
there's that little extra. And
now I will say when you have all the potential and you have the potential and your mind's telling you have the potential, but it's just darker and colder and harder than you want it to be. That's your heart.
Yeah.
Man, I can't see it. I can't see how I keep moving. I can't see how I can keep doing this for 10 more miles or 5 more hours or whatever it is. And my legs hurt, but everything's still working. I'm just going to sit here in the chair. I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to go home. That's not mind. That's not body. That's heart. That's heart talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been there. My heart's failed me a whole mess of times. But that is what's going to be on display in June.
Mm-hmm.
Is yes, we will have wonderful feats of strength and shirtless boys and quick miles and steadfast resolve and the metronomes back there cranking out 18 minutes for 24, 30 hours. But heart is going to be everywhere if you're willing to look for it.
Yep.
And if you're willing to bring it and you're willing to show it to yourself. That's why we do it. That's what's really magical about Mid-State. That's the lifeblood of it, is people leaving their hearts out there. And that's why everybody bonds, by the way, is because we tear down the walls and the nonsense and the bullshit about being strong and being tough and being mental locked in. And we just, everybody's putting their heart out there. And you look at the heart that somebody else is giving next to you. And they're getting up and they're still charging. And they're miserable. Like,
if anyone says they're comfortable and having fun, they're a fucking liar. There's nothing about that in June.
That dude's smiling, and we're like, oh, everything's great. I'm locked in. Or stone-faced, miserable.
Lies.
You can't not be.
Yeah.
This is a race that gets miserable quick, and it stays that way. That's the point.
Literally, it can be miserable from that first mile. Do you know how many people are out there? You know how hot it is?
There's 110 people out there on that first whistle.
Do you know how crowded it is?
Crowded.
It is miserable.
It ain't fun.
From the start. It isn't until 12, 14, 20 hours when you look around, you finally have space.
You get a little space, but if you come in with this lockdown, cold demeanor, I'm Iron Man, doop, 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 RoboCop in the hills, probably not going to have a good time. Probably not going to make a lot of friends.
Yeah, whatever, but you're going to need those friends later on.
You're going to need them friends later. So. You want somebody to hold your poles, make sure your headlamp's charged, get you something to drink, hold wet wipes outside the porta potty. You're going to need to bring a little heart out there.
Yeah.
You're going to need a little heart out there. It's just one of those things where the heart displays greatness. I'm excited. Let's go.
I am too. Also, I mean, this is a side note from all of that, but we'll be living out there. There'll be life will look a lot different. I'm excited to see what this first year of Mid-State looks like with all of that.
I'm excited to not fall asleep driving home.
Yep. Honestly though, I'm excited to see how much more we can get done or what that setup looks like. And this is just my brain. This is how I work, like going through all of those things. Like, what other stuff can we get built? What can we get improved upon?
I'm thinking about stuff we can build, baby.
Oh, I know.
I got a Home Depot shopping cart full of stuff.
I know.
Ready to hit the button.
I know. And
we can go to work.
Which may sound silly to some people, but like Mid-State is just so much at the heart of what we do, and we get so excited. And I get tickled at like, oh, let's have these signs. Oh, let's do this. Oh, we can have this, or oh, this will be cleaned up. Like, it's something about welcoming people to your home, and this will actually be where we call home in our full time, and being able to share that and hopefully improve upon it. Yeah. Rather than it being a juggling act between two places.
Listen, every year I put up lights and I go, this is the last year I'm going to have to do this because I've got it right. And then I go, okay, we can make this a little bit better. And lights seems like a funny thing. It's my wheelhouse. It's one of the few things in the race that I get some autonomy over.
You have full autonomy over lights. I don't give a fuck about lights. We need them. I'm glad he's in charge of them, but I don't. That's stuff.
But it's, it's improvement, and it's a little bit. We didn't have lights the first year, people.
No, we
I don't know if y'all are aware of that. Like, rewind the clock. The first year we put on the race, we did not have lights up.
Or a plan for trash.
So we've improved in both of those things, and I don't know they're where we want them to be yet. But to just think we didn't have lights.
Yeah.
Didn't have them. I was like, oh, there's a floodlight here in the yard. That's going to be perfect.
Yeah,
it's going to be super light out here. No. Immediately no. Yeah,
that worked out. But I'm excited
just-
to see what we can do. With
I'm going to keep on
that
thinking of
many
ways I can light that up.
I know you are, and I'm sure we'll find about it. It'll be great.
Why are we fighting about it at 5 autonomy?
Oh, because you're going to want to share those thoughts with me. You're not just going to want to do them, and then I'm going to have thoughts, and you're not going to like that.
Oh, you always have thoughts.
Yeah, but I don't have thoughts until someone asks me.
It's true.
As long as you don't ask me.
Well, let's ask the people. Do we need more lights? Let me know if we need more lights around the corral.
Yeah. I mean, I like to do decorative lights.
Because, like, once you leave the corral, it gets dark.
Into the dark.
It gets dark real quick. Probably not going to change that.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good in pictures. Yeah. It's dramatic effect.
Maybe some lights around the porta potties.
Yeah, actually, that'd probably be pretty cool.
And probably do something there.
Yeah.
I'll have to set another post.
Or not.
How are we going to get lights there?
You know what? I think we could make a temporary post. Like, we could put a 2x4 in a bucket with cement, and then that thing could just move around.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I think that'll work just fine. I think it's good. I think it'll work great.
This is how John having autonomy works. Is he doesn't actually.
John opened it up for discussion. That's where he fucked up.
Yep.
And you know what? By the time the race rolls around, you may be so tired of building stuff and doing things. I don't know how much more you'll want to do.
It depends if I get everything built by the time the race rolls around.
Well, we'll have time. But I also have lots of plans. And don't worry, I won't be discussing them with you.
You're just inventing new days of the week.
Yeah, there's 8 days a week. I don't know who's living with 7.
I have been for a while now.
Oh, well, we live in different universes. I got 8.
I'm aware. All right. Listen, we had the Frosty Fireman this past weekend. It was fantastic. Just for those that want to be in the know, high schooler out of Knoxville ran a sub 27-minute 5K. Let's go ahead and stick that in your pipe and smoke it if you think you're fast. He's a 15:20, I think, 5Ker, and ran just shy of 27 minutes. So that tells you how hard the course is.
And he made it look really easy. Jeremy said on that first lap, he ran up the first hill. He ran.
He lollygagged that third lap.
He was hurting. And said, hey, if you're ahead of Jeremy on that first lap, and blah, 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 blah.
He ignored me.
Yep. And he probably could have ran a faster third lap had he listened.
Yeah, probably. But that's the thing. Listen, not everything is for everybody. You know what I mean?
Hey, he didn't ask you for your input, did he?
No.
You gave unsolicited advice, and he chose to ignore it, but it probably...
To be fair, it is my arena, so you're probably going to get it from me. In the beginning of the race format, I'm probably going to say some things that you may or may not want to, but probably should listen to. For what it's worth. Count on that in June. You got anything else for him?
I'll probably think of about 10 things after we log off here. But
that sounds fantastic. Save them for next week on the Ultra Crude Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, we appreciate it. And you know where to find us. You know what to do.